Hello, Sagittarius. Welcome to your weekly reading. I'm just going to fix my screen. Okay. All right. This is going to be your weekly reading for the week of the 6th going to the 12th of February. So I'm going to jump straight into it. See what's going on for you guys. For Sagittarius. I swear we get the same motherfucking card. This is always to do with timing. We get the same cards for you. Every time. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm sure you've had this a few weeks in a row. Some of you might experience like thunder and lightning. Specifically lightning. I'm seeing flashes of lights. It could be paparazzi. But I do, for some reason, I'm seeing like flashing lights. Anyway. Has some significance. So, already, and I will show you, there's a very heavy influence on let go of certain expectations you have of yourself or where your life in particular is going. When am I going to get something? When is this going to happen? When am I going to finally be happy? When am I finally going to be, I feel like for some of you I just want to be stable, which I understand why you feel that way. And why you feel quite drained when it comes down to feeling like you haven't got that already, or you're not even close. Like you're not seeing change, you're not seeing things shifting, you're not seeing anything, so you're not believing in it. Of course, that happens a lot of the time. You're feeling drained, you're repeatedly thinking of something or asking yourself something, and there is a lack of answers here, but Spirit is like, Sagittarius, let go. What you're doing to yourself, you're frustrating yourself, you're creating a lot of anxiety for yourself by trying to control a situation that isn't yours to control. Be aware of it. All right, if it's the timing of something, if it's something that completely is to do with the universe, what we can do is focus on what we can control. It has something to do with yourself. Okay, let me carry on pulling some cards out. The initial W might be important for you. Okay, your current energy, things are going to start moving forward, and it does feel like it's in a good direction. So the answer to your question is soon. New, soon. Oh, almost said new. And then the Ten of Swords came out. If this is pertaining to love, you do have love coming through, but you have to put an end to the way that you deal with it, or something that happened in the past. You are not the same person anymore. And I think this goes on a lot of things, so take it as it resonates in your life. But I'm getting this energy here of in order to move forward, we need to understand this old part of ourselves, and the old way of being may not be something you want to carry with you anymore. And they're saying you don't need to, but we need to understand that this person, this old part of ourselves, or this old situation has enabled us to go into this new thing with all these lessons and understanding. So it's kind of about paying attention a little bit to, I don't want to say it because I don't want to be criticized, but like the understanding of the lessons. Now, I can understand why that would be very frustrating to hear if you've been through a lot of shit. And I'm not saying that you deserved it. I'm not saying that it's a good thing that you went through it, because no, I'm going to be very honest with you. I'm a human. All right, I'm not going to come across with that toxic positivity and say that all those things. But because it has happened now, I think this is about renewing yourself and understanding that things can definitely change. And just because you haven't experienced change yet in your circumstances doesn't mean that change can't happen to you. And I think a lot of you feel a little bit left behind or a little bit stuck with this. But the Ten of Swords kind of feels like a conscious decision to, I feel like I want to say, rest in peace to an old part of yourself. Like, I think you don't want to bring this with you anymore, but it served its purpose at the time. Like, I don't know why I'm getting this really, please bear with me. Like, sometimes I have to be really conscious of the fact that I'm speaking to a lot of people, and this can really resonate in different ways, but so be understanding with me, my lovelies. But this Ten of Swords kind of feels like an old you, an old way of being, old life. One that really is not something you want to bring with you, or maybe you just cannot. And what you're moving into, by the way, is really good. But it's kind of about seeing this as you're now seeing how it served its purpose. I'm so sorry. I really hope this resonates, and if not, it's fine. Maybe next week it will. Because for some of you, I'm kind of getting the understanding that maybe you didn't realize just how much this old part of yourself went through. And Sagittarius, we've had a lot of self-criticism recently. Not for all of you. So if it doesn't resonate, I don't want to see any comments saying, no, I don't speak to myself badly. Great. I'm really happy for you. But then this is not your message, my love. I'm speaking to those who have suffered a lot with self-confidence issues. And I kind of want to cry a little bit when I speak of this, because I think when you look back, maybe you really criticize yourself, or maybe a person. This could be a person. But it's only when this Ten of Swords happens that you realize like how much you've been through, or how much the situation was very painful. But I'm seeing that it's only when you've moved away from it that this happens. Now this is like newfound self-love, by the way. So if you speak negatively to yourself, or if you put yourself down a lot, like I should have never done this, or there's like a little bit of a blame on yourself with something, but like you're not considering the pain that you went through, or you're not considering, I don't know, there's something coming through here. I'm trying to be very conscious with my words. You see, it's only when that kind of falls down that you look at it and you're like, holy moly, like that's a lot that I went through, that this person went through. So I want to say that you're kind of seeing something from a very understanding point of view. And I think this is a very big change in your life when you're going to find something out, you're going to notice something. But it's only when something has ended that you're really going to see just how much you've been through, just how much this had an impact on you, etc., etc. Then we have the Chariot, which is the basis of your reading, which is about things moving forward. So never-ending story, and the TikTok card coming through for you. Like it's suddenly all of a sudden, if you're on TikTok, I just want to say, make sure we are not using too much of this, because this can actually create a lot more anxieties, comparing your life to other people, etc. And this could be where the criticism is coming from. If we're on social media a lot, make sure we're limiting that usage. It doesn't have to be. Even YouTube readings, I'm going to be honest with you. Sometimes people listen to YouTube readings way too much, and that causes restriction in their own life, because of like you're not taking action, or you're not understanding the control that you have, and instead you're relying on something other than yourselves and giving power to that, rather than the fact that you can change certain things in your life. And it doesn't need to be something that a tarot reader has said, by the way. Like, I'm going to be very honest. Maybe I'll do a video on it, because I do see it a lot, and I think it should be a big thing that the tarot community stop, I don't know. It's like dependence on something. It becomes an addiction, and nothing, or too much of anything, can make you sick, as they say. All right, everything in moderation. So just be mindful of your usage on relying on other people, or relying on other things to give you answers. Remember that you are totally your own spiritual being that has its own connection with the universe, and something that you can access at any time. Okay? So I think maybe some of you need to really tap into yourself. That could be very much what this is. Because I think you're being led somewhere. Because that's when we have the by the book card coming through. Which is, you're kind of like, for some of you, you're going to take a shortcut somewhere. Maybe literally. But like, you guys, when you let go of something, you're going to find a newfound understanding, newfound self-love. I think some of you being taken on a trip or a journey, spiritually, mentally, or physically, someone's taking you on a trip. But I think it's going to give you a very big realization of your life. You're no longer going to criticize yourself, or like say certain things about yourself, even as a joke. I think you're going to protect yourself a lot more in this newfound happiness that you seem to come into, because the Chariot and the Ace of Cups is really good. It's about your future and where you're going. Newfound self-love is overflowing, all right? All these beautiful emotions coming through for you. And these are going to help you achieve your dreams and goals. So for some of you, you felt so exhausted. I think some of you needed a rest. And that could be what the Ten of Swords is about. An ending to an old way of pushing, not giving yourself a chance, to chill out. To not worry about something, to have a bit of a holiday and time out. It can give you some more clarity. I'm sorry, your reading is very, I hope, I'm going to still put it out there because I believe it has to be for some people. But it just feels very like deep and intense. But anyways, so this kind of, I'm seeing a bit of a shortcut towards something, but it's somewhere that spirit is leading you, by the way. Because I always see that with the elephants here. By the book is clarified by the artist. Now, I love this. Some of you are creating a new world for yourself. Okay, and maybe that's what this realization is you're looking at something, when is this going to end? When is this going to end? I kind of see that spirit's not showing me something, though. Like, it kind of feels like there's a missing puzzle piece. For some of you, this could just be coming through like more of a spiritual thing, like a dream, or maybe a spiritual experience, like a meditation that takes you somewhere. What is this missing piece, please? Can you help me with this? It kind of just feels like a releasing of like being in this defensive energy. You've been through a lot. Again, you're showing up as a wounded warrior. And this judgment energy is releasing that, letting your guard down. But not in terms of letting anyone in. Absolutely not. Because I think that's what got you towards this. Is using your discernment, but no longer trying to like be on defense or like being on guard with absolutely anything and anyone. Because maybe that's stopped you from accepting what you deserve. And I think there was a part of you that didn't believe they were worthy of something. And I think that meant you didn't aim high enough, like you didn't give yourself credit where credit was due. Like, I kind of just get this sense of like, now things have changed. Like, that's an old part of yourself, by the way. The Ten of Swords is a complete ending that's not coming back again. But the artist coming through here is like you're creating a new world for yourself, Sagittarius, and one where you can be happy. And so very similarly to Leo, you might have Leo in your chart. If not, I mean, go check out their reading if you're feeling drawn to it. But it's almost like you're kind of like recreating your destiny for yourself by no longer kind of waiting for answers or waiting for something to come in and save you, but more in a case of like letting go the need to control something and just taking control of yourself, you know. And that's what we do have control over, but doing it out of love, I'm hearing, rather than desperation. Meaning sometimes we've been through so much in our life that we just want it to change. We want to change now, and we'll do anything for it, you know, regardless what it looks like, as long as it's better where I'm at, where I am at. But it can sometimes still be seen as settling. So in this case, an ending is happening in your life, and I think maybe that's what's teaching you a lot about yourself. That's what it is. So an ending is happening. Could be anything, could be love, could be career, could be something in your life. But it's giving you an awareness that the way of doing something is not serving you. So you're recreating your destiny. Clarify the artist, please. Some of you, yeah, I swore. I was going to say, fucking hell, that's good. I'm sorry if you don't like the language, but it's my channel. I'm going to say whatever. Like, Knight of Wands and the Sun. Now, Sagittarius. This is purely your energy. And again, that Leo energy coming through with the Sun card. This is kind of just chasing that happiness, like, and doing things to make you happy. You know, the Knight of Wands is your energy, so ninth house energy. Some of you, it is spirituality that's kind of taking you places. You guys could be going on retreat somewhere, like a very spiritual retreat coming through maybe, and it does maybe require some travel for you. Maybe for some of you, this is just travel, being in the sun. But the sun is this revelation that's coming through, and it's positivity and it's happiness. And I feel like you're kind of promising to yourself that you're never going to be in a certain situation or do the things that you used to do. So instead of like, when are people going to not treat me a certain way, you're like, I'm never letting anyone treat me that way. And you're actively taking action on it. You're not waiting for someone to come and save you or blocking people. Like, I think you're having more faith in yourself, more love for your situation. The Sun card is complete happiness and joy. And the Knight of Wands is this free-spirited energy. And I think a lot of you needed that. So if you felt kind of restricted or stuck, I think it's because you accidentally limited yourself. I just got an email as that happened. So that's just some confirmation. Ace of Cups, let's clarify this. Ten of Cups, you're really going towards happiness. Some of you are going to find love. If you haven't already, some of you are going to have a baby. Congratulations. Some of you, I feel like it's a girl. I love when I see like the gender on here. Some of you. Very beautiful. Some of you, this could be in a family. And when you know that's happened, there's some good news for you. Like, that's when your life has really changed. But yeah, you're putting an end to an old way of being. And I actually really love this for you, but it's very difficult to dive into and understand what Spirit's talking about. But some ending is making you look at things and giving you a wild realization that, whoa. Like, I really didn't give myself credit for how much I went through in this certain situation. And you're understanding that, like, I think of forgiving yourself. You didn't have to go through these things, but you put yourself in a position of this because you thought that's what you needed to do. I think sometimes this is like not having high enough standards, or again, giving yourself the credit, or like deservingness of something better. But it's okay. Again, like, not ever, it's never, it's not your fault. You did what you thought you needed to do, or you did what you needed to do at that time. That is just what it is. Like, Ten of Swords, of course, very different for everyone. For some reason, it's Ten of Swords feels like a very sensitive subject. So that's why I'm kind of bouncing on my words with this. I understand for some of you it's really deep stuff, so I don't want to say it's like that you were ever in control of it, because I don't think you were. But I think for some of you, you took bullets for people that betrayed you, or you let, not that you let, again, I don't want to say that because you didn't, but maybe you didn't see the signs in the beginning and that led you to getting hurt, or you took the pain of a situation because you thought it would then pay off for you down the line, and it ended up not, I think you maybe self-sacrificed a lot, or self-sabotaged a lot. But anyways, you're realizing this now, and it's only when this kind of person, which theoretically is you, kind of collapses, do you really see the truth of the situation. And it's like, wow, I will never allow myself to be in that position ever again. Not in a case of never letting anyone in, but a case of kind of being like a Queen of Swords and like, who are you? Who are you, and who are you to me, and how are you going to treat me? Because you have a lot of love to offer, and I think you're realizing that about yourself. But in this case, sometimes this is about being a little bit of like a doormat sometimes, and being used and, taken advantage of. And not having the strength to speak up for yourself. You didn't believe deep down that you deserve better. But now you do know. And now that's leading towards happiness. I think you're very discerning of the company you keep, but you're not blocked off totally, which I think in the past you may have been. So yeah, some of you are finding love. Some of you are going to have a family with this person if you would wish. Spending more time with loved ones. Yeah, some of you are getting an announcement here of like a child in the family, or for you, by the way. You're getting some good news. The Hermit. Yeah, some introspection. You can see. We have Piscean energy, the High Priestess. You're really fully, I'm hearing it's completely full circle now, Sagittarius, because now you really understand what a situation really was to you. You really learned a lesson here. Both of these are very knowledgeable. I think this came up in Cancer's reading, okay? Maybe been dealing with a Cancer. But the High Priestess is kind of like, she knows through intuition, and the Hermit knows through knowledge and through experience. Wisdom, sorry. So it's kind of like, not only did you intuitively feel something, but you went through it to understand it too. Like, I just get a lot of experience. Like, you've been through a lot. But now you're very knowledgeable on this specific situation, and you will carry this with you forever. Meaning, you've learned the lesson, and you will never allow yourself to be put in certain situations. Some of you, it may not be that extreme that I've just made it out to be, but for some of you it is, and that's why I was treading carefully with it, because Some of you, you've been through a lot. Let's just say that. All right, Sagittarius. Some of you are going to get married. Again, so we have new job, career. Some of you might be waiting for this news, or again, you could be sending something out and it's coming back to you here. Could be to do with a new job or career. We have fair man. This could be you. This could be someone else. This is dealings a relationship with a man with blonde, gray, or white hair. This did come up with marriage. We have unicorn here. Use your intuition to make beneficial changes. So again, your intuition is going to be very spot on because, you know, I think you've tapped into this shadow side, and the shadow side is really kind of where this intuition is coming from. You know what you need to look out for because of your past experiences. So some of you are going to be getting into a relationship. This is going to turn into a marriage. All right, you guys, this could be a connection or a commitment. Marriage can also be like a contract between you and someone if it's work. The unicorn saying use your intuition feels like you will see that this feels really pure intentioned, okay? And if that's the case, go for it. We have a change for the better. This will be a very new experience for you, but one that you are ready for, okay? And we have love. For some of you, it really is love. Has a lot to do with love. But maybe now that you're going into, maybe you haven't been in a relationship for a long time, and now that it's coming in, you're like, I can't believe I went through those kinds of relationships in the past because look at what I am deserving of. I can have this. Like, this is probably what it just is. You're highly thought of here. This person will think really highly of you. They will see you for what you are worth. Beautiful. Really, really lovely energy. But it may be a bit emotional for you because it is going to remind you of the past. Maybe that's just what it is. Okay. All right. This card has been coming up for all the fire signs, so some of you need to watch your words. I was saying to Leo, so again, listen to the reading if you feel drawn towards it, but it is coming up a few times that like the kind of similarities between it, but the parents repeat things, so be aware of your words and make sure that you don't want them repeated to others. Just be aware of gossip, of course, but also in a sense of to the universe too, what we speak to existence comes to life. Especially if we're saying it consistently. So again, be careful. You guys are going to be talking to yourself very differently, by the way, and that was a message we had earlier. But if we're saying bad things about our life, not wishing bad things on our life, but like being in a situation where we're saying my life is terrible, my life is crap, like it may have seemed that way. Absolutely. I'm not gonna diminish what you've been through because it may have definitely felt that way. But spirit kind of, the universe kind of reflects back what we're saying out loud and it repeats it basically, but more with actual things. So if we're saying this stuff, then it's just going to be showing us more of that. So make sure we're saying some positive things. If we are trying to do some affirmations and manifesting, then what we need to do is act as if it's happened already. Be grateful for the things that already are coming and the things that already exist in the spiritual world that already exist but are just coming to form in the 3D. Okay, it may be very hard and there may be some resistance there again, but I think a lot of you are getting into a better state of actually understanding that things are changing for the better, okay? But you are fully in control of that. Love you guys. I wish you all the best. I'm sending you my love. I will see you guys next time. Personal readings are linked down below. I will see some of you guys there. Love to see the names of you guys coming up, by the way, of those who have done it for many years. I just love it. Every single time I love to see it. But anyway, love you guys. Wish you all the best. And I'll see you guys next time.